Alright, I'm back, and now I'm going to cast the loser bracket semi-final between TK, Gany, Lifelux, and Plobber. So whoever loses this match are out of the tournament. Top 2 goes through to the loser bracket final, and we will start with a warm-up round on the first map, which is Protocol, made by Surd. And looks like none of the players are in the Dedimania for this map, so very hard to call who will go through. Of course, Plobber is the only player that I've been covering so far in this tournament. I have not seen any of the matches that Lifelux, Gany or TK have played, so not sure how good they exactly are in these maps. But we should soon find out, as we are going live now. Good luck and fun. Again, the format is point limit 100, cup mode with finalists. So once you reach 100, you have to win one more round to secure the victory. And top 2 will go through to the loser bracket final. And we also got another match, of course, the other semi-final being played between Freestyle, Nescrio, Bo and Dunneboy. But let's focus on this match now. We are live in the first round following Gany, and we see a mistake from TK in the start. He's behind now with about 1 second. Oh, and then Gany joins up with TK and even goes down to last place. TK will pass him. Anyways, in the top we got Lifelux ahead of Plobber. Lifelux with a good stretch here as well. See, Plobber goes for a wide line, tries up to build up speed, catch up to Lifelux. But Lifelux stays in front. 1700s, here comes the ending. Also a long stretch, important to build up a lot of speed. Plobber with a bit more speed, catches up, but it's not enough. Lifelux stays in front, sets a time of 43.09. 1000s ahead of Plobber, and then Gany defeats TK for 3rd place. So Lifelux with 10 points. Plobber with 6, Gany with 4 and TK with 3. Live into the second round now. We are playing 5 rounds on each map. 3 maps are used, and we see Plobber in the start. He had trouble with this start in his previous match as well, in the winner bracket. Oh, looks like he will pass TK with a no drift. So we got Gany and Lifelux in the top, but Lifelux drops down. So Gany goes up to 1st place. Can he keep that position? Big distances here from 2nd to 3rd. See if I can follow Lifelux. He's trying to catch up to Gany, who is still in front. Oh, that's a good turn from Lifelux. He catches up a lot. Here comes the ending once again. Much better turn from Lifelux. He will pass Gany, who will take 2nd. 43.70 by Lifelux, 0.94 by Gany, then Plobber 45.26, and lastly TK with a time of 48.42. So Lifelux with 2 first places in a row here, 20 points. Plobber at 2nd with 10, also Gany with 10, and TK with 6. Live into the 3rd round now, following Gany, and it's TK's turn to crash in the start. Always someone, it seems like. Also Lifelux with a mistake is at 3rd place only, so maybe he won't win this round. Oh, and then Plobber crashes as well, so Gany once again at 1st place. Can he keep it this time, or will Lifelux once again catch up to him? Oh, great turn from Lifelux. Catches up quickly to Gany, and he will overtake him as well. Great stuff from Lifelux. And he usually does the ending much better here as well. Gany goes a bit too wide. So Lifelux, with a rocky start, takes 1st. In the end, 43.56. Not the greatest time, but it's still enough. And here's Plobber. He's not to make it. Of course, respawn is not allowed. So Plobber with 0 points in that round. Lifelux with 10 is now at 30 points. Gany with 16. Then Plobber and TK are tied with 10 points each. 4th round. Let's see the start. Oh, it's TK again. Crashes hard. Not looking good for him. Better for Plobber though. who was at first. Lifelux with a great turn, goes too wide and clips the wall. So plobber now still at first. Lifelux though ahead of Gany, who's about 1 second behind plobber. Not the best drift from Gany. It's not getting much speed here through the stretch. So it looks like plobber is gonna take first, unless he crashes in the end again. He makes it over the ramp and into the finish. 43.21 by plobber, takes his first position, and will get 20. Is up to 20 points now. Will be tied with Gany for second. Lifelux with 36 points at first, and then TK with 13 points at fourth. Alright, so last round now of the first map, this loser bracket semi-final. And TK for the third time in a row having trouble with the start, although he did not crash at least, but had to go down in speed a lot, and he crashes here instead. Oh, we also see plobber crashing. They are dropping like flies on this map. Only Lifelux does not have any mistakes at all in this round. Gany is 6100s behind him. And here's plobber at third, and then TK at fourth. Following Lifelux. He's approaching the finish line. No problems whatsoever. 42.92. First time under 43 seconds, I believe. Gany will take second place. Plobber takes third, and then TK fourth again. Only got 16 points. Plobber at 24, Gany at 26, and the leader is Lifelux with 46 points. As the first map is over. Right now it looks like Lifelux is gonna take this, go through to the loser bracket final. And then there could be a close fight for second between TK and Gany. That's my prediction at least, we'll see. Anyways, the second map will be Ewell by MD Point. We'll start with a warm-up round. Looks like none of the players are in the Dedimania record, the online rankings. And this map, of course, quite tricky, so you might see even more mistakes now. Anyways, that's the end of the warm-up, so good luck and fun to the 4 players. Lifelux in the lead, 46 points. Gany at second with 26. Plobber at third with 24. And then TK at last with 16 points. Going live, first round. Let's see if Lifelux can continue his great performance. Takes an early lead. Oh, but a minor mistake. Plobber will pass him. And I think Gany has crashed here in the start. TK will pass him. Perhaps TK will not finish last for once. Currently at third place. Lifelux has dropped down to second. Plobber has passed him. Lifelux is 7100s behind Plobber right now. So Plobber definitely needs this first place, and Lifelux will hit the roof of the checkpoint, or the ceiling I should say. Loses some time, and there's TK, he has crashed. Gany will pass him. Meanwhile, Plobber takes first, 41.98 ahead of Lifelux, 43.16. Then Gany able to pass TK in the end. So TK with another fourth place, only with 19 points so far. Lifelux with 52, Plobber with 34, and Gany with 30. So Plobber catching up a bit to Lifelux. Let's see if he can continue doing that, as we see TK here in the start having some trouble keeping the line and does not get much speed out of the turns. Gany is at third, 67 hundredths behind first place, who is plobber once again. Plobber seems to be much better on this map than the previous one. Ooh, that's a good turn from Lifelux. Catches up quickly to plobber, but he's still 1400s behind. With a good ending, he could perhaps catch up, but instead it is plobber who has a better ending, gets a bit more speed, and sets a time of 42.22. Ahead of Lifelux with a time of 42.43, then Gany 44.19, and TK 46.96. So plobber increasing the distance here in the scoreboard against Gany. 10 points ahead now. And once again, TK with some trouble here in the third round. Oh, gets a no drift as well. So looks like he's gonna take last position again. Meanwhile, we see Lifelux with a better start this time. He's ahead of plobber with 1900s. Plobber goes a bit too wide. It's gonna affect him here in the next turn. And Lifelux extends his lead, 3300s now. 4500s in the next checkpoint. Driving great, could be a decent time by Lifelux. 41.74, fastest time so far. And Lifelux is rewarded 10 points for that. And is now up to 68. Plobber at 50, Gany at 38, and TK at 22. So it more and more looks like the two players that will qualify are Lifelux and plobber. Gany needs to step up his game here. He needs to take a couple of first or second positions. Right now it's only Lifelux and plobber who's getting those amount of points. Oh, crashing from plobber. Oh, and a big mistake from TK as well. So Lifelux should take first here. And Gany will take an important second place. Unless he also crashes hard, but he should be able to avoid that, I think. So he will get 6 points and catch up a bit to plobber. Lifelux with a nice time, 41.82. He's now up to 78 points. And then plobber only 10 points ahead of Gany, so Gany still at striking distance here. Of course, third and fourth place will not qualify. And what's going on here in the start? Plobber with a late start. Not sure what happened. Anyways, he will pass TK at least for third place. So perhaps Gany can take another second place, or even better if Lifelux crashes. Gany will take 10 points. And that's definitely what he needs right now. And if some admin could keep an eye off the chat, that would be great. Anyways, Lifelux is gonna take first, 41.97, Gany 43.20, and plobber 43.38 ahead of TK. Alright, so that's the end of the second map. Lifelux at 88 points, plobber at 58, Gany at 50, and TK at 25. So Gany catching up a bit to plobber in the end of that second map. Plobber had a great start to a couple of first places. So yeah, Lifelux though looking to take first here. And might be able to do that already on this third map, which is King Wizard by Nyx. And while the players are doing some warm-ups, I can take a look at the Dedimania record, and I note that none of the 4 players are in it. World record is 40.22 by Acer Poker. So yeah, Gany definitely possible here to beat plobber. Just need some luck, I suppose. Because honestly, that's really what's keeping him still in this match. Plobber with a couple of crucial mistakes. Otherwise, he has been driving pretty good. Alright, let's see here if we can avoid those mistakes in the third map. King Wizard by Nyx. Lifelux could be finalist in potentially only 2 rounds. So let's see if we can do that. Following Gany in the first round. And TK already in the first turn here drops down to 4th place, as he has done on the other 2 maps as well. And we do see Gany ahead of Plobber, so yeah, Plobber definitely showing that he can drive fast as well. Oh, but that's a good turn from Plobber. He will pass Gany. Still 3300s behind Lifelux though. Oh, big mistake from Lifelux. Went too wide and made a huge flip and will not be able to finish this round. Spectacular stuff by Lifelux. So yeah, Lifelux will get no points at all. Still at 88 points. Plobber now at 68, Gany at 56, and TK at 29. Plobber did pass Gany in the end there. I missed that. I was too occupied thinking about that flip from Lifelux. So yeah, anyways, we are back into the second round now. TK again in the start, having some trouble. Will crash. Oh, and Lifelux as well. Lifelux is not driving great all of a sudden. I guess he's affected by that crash in the previous round. So even TK will pass Lifelux. But Plobber though, with a bit of a lead here over Gany. Almost hit the ceiling of the checkpoint, but stays alive and will take 2nd place at least. However, it's not good that Plobber will take first. 41.23 by Plobber, 42.18 by Gany, and then Lifelux able to pass TK just before the finish line. So he gets 4 points, is now at 92. Plobber at 78, Gany at 62, and TK at 32. So yeah, a very bad start from Lifelux on this third map. He needs 8 more points to reach finalist mode, so if he gets first, he will reach it. Oh, mistakes from both Gany and TK in the start. And now it's a fight between Lifelux and Plobber. Plobber with a good turn will overtake Lifelux. 2600s ahead of Lifelux is Plobber. That's not very much. Lifelux can still catch up here, and Plobber hits that checkpoint. As I was saying, Gany almost did in the previous round. And where's Gany? Gany's out of the road. So much action in this round. So Lifelux will take first, 41.33, and thus reaches finalist mode. Plobber takes second, 42.73, despite hitting that checkpoint. And then TK takes third, so for once he's not last, since Gany crashed. Alright, so Lifelux now is that finalist, needs to win 1 more round. Meanwhile, he will not get any more points and the others will. So let's see if he can close it out in the first attempt. TK with a no drift. And Lifelux takes the command. 1600s ahead of Plobber right now. And a bit of a bad turn from Gany, so Plobber will extend his lead. See if I can find Plobber. There he is. He's currently at 2nd place. Avoids the checkpoint this time. But Lifelux is still ahead with 1900s. Here comes the ending. Oh, that's a good turn from Plobber, but it's not enough. Lifelux stays in front, 40.94, and will take first, advancing to the loser bracket final. And now we will decide who will join him. Plobber is in a good position with 90 points. Gany at 69 and TK at 36. And yeah, Plobber has been setting faster times than Gany here, so it's very likely that he will take second place, but he has also made a lot of mistakes, which has allowed Gany to be in front of him a couple of rounds, so you never know, of course, with this format. The pressure is much higher once you reach finalist mode, so it can affect players. But yeah, it looks good now for plobber. He is 7,800 ahead of Gany and will reach finalist mode. 40.98 is a decent time as well. Gany 42.10 and TK retired in that round. Alright, and that was the end of the third map as well, so we will go back to the first one now. And of course plobber was not good on this map when we first played it, so yeah, I guess there is a small chance for Gany to make a comeback here, but it heavily relies on plobber to make a lot of mistakes, which is obviously capable of, so yeah. We'll just have to wait and see. First we are going to do a warm-up round. We do see Gany with a good start here, so yeah, he can definitely drive fast as well, but he's also making too many mistakes. So if both players makes no mistakes, then it's very likely that plobber will win the round. However, if plobber crashes, then there is a chance for Gany to be ahead of him. Alright, that's the end of the warm-up. Good luck, have fun. Will plobber be able to join up with Lifelux and reach the loser bracket final? Or will Gany make the comeback? Let's follow plobber here. He has crashed in the start a couple of times, but makes it through this time, and so does all the other players as well. Although TK will fall down to last, and Gany crashes! Gany crashes a couple of turns into the round, so yeah, great chance now for plobber to take first. He only needs to avoid the mistakes, which sometimes is easier said than done. But he is driving pretty good, only 60 hundredths behind the world record, so he's on a pretty good time as well. And no mistakes from plobber. Oh, okay, that was risky stuff. Almost fell out of the track, but stays on the road and sets a time of 42.96. GG. Alright, so Lifelux and plobber will advance to the loser bracket final.